Carla, and this week I'm discussing the evolution of music. I was reading chapter 6, and in chapter 6 it discussed the way that new artists nowadays, they get their start not so much by people promoting them or by studios, recording studios, but more so now by MySpace and Twitter and different things now that are offered instead of the MySpace. No, not MySpace, but instead of the like Cabinet used to. They used to have to go to a recording studio, or they would have a producer or whatever. Music has changed a lot over the years. It's went from at first opera to R&B to rock and roll, and of course we all know that the king of rock and roll was Elvis Presley, and he was kind of the one that integrated white and black, the music, the mix, the music. It became more accepted when Elvis started singing rock and roll. B.B. King, R&B. Also, the way that music is played, in the beginning, sheet music was very popular, and from that it went to gramophone. I think I'm saying that right, gramophone, and then from there the radio kind of took things over and started playing all the music and all, and even television even affected radio, because once all the homes started to have television in them, well then the shows and stuff that were played on the radio, those weren't necessary anymore. I mean, people would much rather watch the shows than just listen to them. So radio had to come up with a new way to make a profit and all, and so they started promoting musicians and started playing music and having billboards and like such as, the number one song or whatever. And in this, it kind of created some competition with people, and there was even a thing where I can't think of it right off, but where the DJs would get kickbacks or get paid to play a certain song, to make it more popular and all. And there was an act passed that put a stop to this. It made doing that, getting a profit for playing a certain song or whatever, like if they were getting paid to do that, it made them made it a misdemeanor. So now it's a misdemeanor for them to do that. And then from there, things went from the radio to record became popular, the little 45s, and eventually then we had CDs, and of course now we have everything. I mean, music is readily available. You can play music or listen to music or whatever, wherever, whenever you want to, working out, on the computer, on your phone. Music is, even offered on our phones now. We have so much more available to us now than years ago people had available. I found this chapter interesting. I didn't know a lot of these things. I didn't realize the way that television affected radio, actually. I never really thought about that until I read the chapter, and I can see now where it would, because watching old shows and all, you do realize that they are actually listening to shows on radio. They're not actually watching them. And it started out, that a small percentage of people had just television, and then in no time 50% or more of the nation, of the United States, or of the country, had television in their homes. And of course now, we're just bombarded with television and PlayStations, and it's just technology and media, and it's just we're just almost drowning in it. So it's so readily available. And I just go back and think, how even my kids now, how things have changed so much from when they were small children until adults. And even my 12-year-old that I have, how now as I'm recording this video, he's sitting up there playing a game on his phone. I mean, years ago that was not possible. I did really find this chapter very interesting. I was wondering if I would. Music, I can take it or leave it. It's okay, you know, but I did. I found it interesting, and I hope you find my video interesting. Thank you.